Hey everybody, we're getting ready to start square number 5, halfway through. Okay, so I already started and did our chain 28. Now we're going to work a webbed HTR, which is the Tunisian full stitch, into our chain. So we're going to pull up a loop in the next 4 chain stitches, 2, 3, 4, then you yarn over and take them off 2 at a time. 2, 3, 4. All right, now we're just going to go down in between in that little gap there, if you remember, right there in between the bars. 2, 3. Then put one into your next chain space. Oh, come on, wrap around. There we go. And keep going across, making sure that once again you're rotating back and forth between the top 3 spaces and the bottom 3 spaces. So, hold on a second. Sorry about that. We've got a new puppy and he is a little bad. Super cute though. But you're going to keep rotating back and forth between the top 3. So you go in here. 1, 2, 3. Then pull up through your chain. 1, 3, whoop, 4. And then you'll go through the bottom 3. 1, 2, 3. And hit your chain again. Alright, and take them off 2 at a time. Nice and simple. You're just going to do that all the way across, and I will be back in a minute to show you how we start a jasmine stitch off of something that we've already started working on. Alright? Alright everybody. I just finished the first row. Super cute. If you stretch it out, you can see all the little gaps in there, and you can see how we switched back and forth between the top 3 and the bottom 3 across to give it that cool look. Alright, now we're going to turn our work. We're going to do a chainless double crochet. So you're going to pull it up, wrap it around, insert your hook through, bam, bam. Now, somebody told me that they were having an issue with their, dropping the loop. But if you actually just hold it up like this, put your hook through, pull up a loop, put your hook through, pull up another loop, and now go back behind, okay? So you go back behind and pull that up there, and then go through. You can do the same exact thing. All right, I will do that one more time so that you guys can see. All right. So we've extended our loop. You're going to insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first loop, take your hook behind your extended loop, pull it back out in front, yarn over, pull through, and you're done. All right, just in case you're having a little bit of difficulty with dropping the loop. All right, now we're going to start our puff stitches. So we're going to, for this one, we're going to start right actually in the next stitch. You're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up another loop. Okay, now we're going to pinch this string right here and hold it tight, wrap the yarn around our hook, and pull it through all of the loops. Okay, now you're still holding on to this loop here, but you've pulled that all the way through. Now you're going to stick your hook through here, grab a loop, and pull it through, and that will help secure your puff, keep it in place, and get it looking tighter. And that will also count as your chain 1, because as you can see right here, you have the top of your puff stitch, and then you have your chain 1 already worked in there. Okay, so let's do that again. You're going to skip one now. So into the next one, you're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up another loop. You're going to pinch right here. Just grab a hold of that and yarn over, pull it through, stick it back through that little loop, and pop it off. And you're just going to do that the whole way across, and then I will show you your jasmine stitch, which I'm hoping will be easier than y'all think it's going to be, because it's not too bad. It's just really a series of puffs. You just have to make sure you put them in the right place. So let's see if we can get everybody sorted out on that one, because I know that one is a more complicated stitch that not a lot of people have tried yet, because it does look rather intimidating, but it's not. Alright, so I'll be back in 1 second once I finish this row of puffs, and we'll start on our jasmine stitch. Okay, so our row of puffs is complete. Now we're going to flip it over. Alright, now normally for the jasmine stitch you do a standing puff, which would be fine, but it makes the edges bulge out a little bit and look wonky, and we don't want that. So we're going to do a chainless double crochet straight through there. And now, alright, are you ready? I don't know if you're ready. Sorry, I think I'm funny. You're going to yarn over and insert through the top of that stitch and pull up a loop, yarn over, insert through that same spot again and pull up a loop. Alright, this part can be a little tricky. Okay, here you go. Now, so far you have 5. You're going to yarn over. Now you're going to go down here and pull up, and you're going to do that twice. Now we're up to 9 loops, I think. Yeah, 9. Now we're going to yarn over and pull up a loop twice through the next chain 1 space. Alright, now you're going to do that little pinchy trick again and pull your yarn, pull your loop all the way through. You might have to wiggle it a little bit to get it to come through clean. Alright. Now you're going to insert through here, pull it up, and pop it off. So that's the starting one. Now for the rest of them, you're going to extend your loop a little bit, yarn over, and pull up a loop twice in all 3 places. So you're going to do one there. Now you're going to go down to this space here, which is the last space that you pulled up for your last jasmine. Now you're going to do that for the second one. 1, 2, and now you're going to go into the next one. 1, 2. Yarn over, pinch that little bit, wiggle it through, go through there, and pop it off. Alright, you can see them starting to form, and we'll just keep doing that the entire way across. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way through, pop it off. Now for some people, they usually do 3 yarn overs and 3 yarn over and pull up a loop for their puffs, but for this particular one, it extends the square, and it just makes it look a little too bulky in there. So that's why we're only doing 2, just to keep it equal in size and not getting any weirder on them. 2, 6. Pinch that a little bit right there, hold that tight so that you can secure your stitch. All right. Okay, now we're just going to keep working across. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Ta-da! Let's keep going. After this, we're going to do another round of jasmine stitches the same exact way. So this square's pretty simple. We're already basically through the tutorial and anything new that I would have to show you. But I'm going to finish this row, show you again how to start the next row, and then I'll get back to you for the middle section because we're going to do an extended webbed stitch, which is super cool. I think it makes it look like a trellis a little bit with lots of pretty flowers growing on it. That's what I think about when I think of this square. And the next square, number 6, we are working with a granny square, which is super exciting. It took me a little bit to figure out exactly how to do some of these Tunisian stitches around a corner, but I'm really glad that I did because I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to be doing for our border on this once we join all our squares. I think that'll look beautiful. Alright, now make sure you're not missing any spaces. Make sure you work all the way up to the edge. It can be a little easy to lose stitches on this one. I know, we all know this stuff. Keep track of your counts. Don't get lazy, because this square, if any of them are going to trip you up count wise, it's going to be this one. It tripped me up a couple times and I designed it. So 3, 4, 5, 6, shoop, shoop, and then we're going to pop a little double crochet right there in the end just because we can. All right, so now as you can see, we have our starting double crochet here, our finishing one here, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 jasmine stitches across, and each of them is equal to 2, so we still have our 24 stitches. Okay, so now we're going to flip it over. We're going to do our chainless double crochet again. I'll do it this way just so that y'all can see that again. I know, fantastic. Okay, now when I'm doing this, I'm yarning over and I'm sort of like twisting it a little bit and just taking it through 2 of the loops so that we have some kind of a starting point for this. 2, then we're going to jump right down into this first chain 1 space, 4, and then we're going to go right over to our next chain 1 space, 5, 6. I'll do the same thing, give it a little pinch. Ah, damn it. Now, it really sucks when that happens, pardon my language, but you just sort of have to pull it all back out because it's a pain to try and pick all those loops back up and start again. If you do it, try not to get too frustrated, because then your tension gets tighter, and then guess what? It's even harder to pull the hook through all of the loops. So you just got to try and keep it a little loose, not too loose, but a little loose, and then just slide it right through. And now we're just going to work that all the way across, and then I will be back in a moment to show you our extended webbed stitch. All right, everybody, we are done our 2 rows of jasmine stitches now, and you can see the pretty little jasmine like flowers going across. Now we're going to work on the extended webbed stitch. So it's worked exactly the same as the rest of them. The only difference is the number of chains, so the number of loops. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yes, you heard me, 8. It's gonna get it could get a little tight on your hook, but I really like the way it looks in the center of the square. So you're gonna pull up a loop through each of these chains, starting in the second chain from your hook, so you will have 7. Okay. Come on, buddy. Then you're going to go through the top of your base stitch and pull up a loop. Then once again, you will take them off 2 at a time all the way across. All right. See, now that is nice and tall. And then you're just going to go across the same way we did before, alternating between the top 7 and the bottom 7. Go straight across. Now I like to put the bottom 7 into the chain 1 space instead of into the top of these leaves, because I feel like it helps to make it look a little tighter. 4, 5, 6, 7, into the chain 1, and then take them off 2 at a time. Oh, clearly I am too tired to be doing this right now. It is almost midnight. I've got to wake up tomorrow and be the virtual teacher again while the 3-year-old runs around like a maniac. So it's going to be lots of coffee had, but it's totally worth it to stay up and be able to do this in peace. 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we're in the top. Now when you're going into the top of this, I don't know if you can see it. You should be able to see it right there. You can spot your V at the top of the petals. All right, do you see it right there? And you just hook underneath your V and pull up your loop. And the top of each of these, if you look, has a V, and that's what you're going to work into. Okay, and then once you work all the way across, you're gonna do your puff row again, 2 more rows of jasmine, and then your final row of your webbed HTR, which is the shorter version of this stitch, your border, and you're done. Nice and simple. And I will post a picture online with this when I submit when I post the video, to show you guys what this gorgeous purple looks like all worked up. Not sure why it looks blue to you, but it's definitely purple. All right, I will see you for the next video. Thank you.